life inevitably brings moments of hurt and disappointment. When others cause us pain, our natural instinct can be to hold on to anger or resentment. Yet, ancient wisdom teaches us a different path. This journey reveals that forgiveness is not a gift to the one who wronged you, but a powerful act of liberation for yourself. You are the one who gets burned. This enduring truth highlights a fundamental principle. Forgiveness is primarily a gift you give to yourself. It is not about condoning harmful actions or forgetting the pain inflicted. Instead, it is about detaching your inner peace from the actions of another. When you refuse to forgive, you allow the person who hurt you to continue occupying valuable space in your mind and heart. This unaddressed pain can manifest in many ways. A persistent ache in the chest, a knot in the stomach, a constant underlying tension. It's like carrying an invisible wound that never quite heals because we keep picking at it with thoughts of anger, blame, and bitterness. This inner pain is not just an emotional state. It has tangible physical and mental impacts. It drains your energy, distracts your focus, and can even contribute to physical ailments over time. It keeps you tethered to the past, preventing you from fully engaging with the present moment. Their actions, though in the past, continue to dictate your emotional state in the present. Do not suppress it or pretend it does not exist. Feel the pain, observe it, but then consciously decide not to let it define you or dictate your future. This mindful awareness, a cornerstone of enlightened living, helps you to see the pain as a sensation passing through, rather than a permanent resident. When you hold on to anger, you are essentially re-experiencing the initial pain repeatedly. Each time you recall the offense, your body and mind react as if it's happening anew. You replay scenarios, imagine confrontations, and dwell on injustices. This internal cycle of negativity creates a constant disturbance. You can choose to unfasten it, let it fall, and step out from underneath its weight. This is an active internal process. It might involve moments of sadness or grief as you let go, but these are part of the healing journey. It's important to understand that releasing the pain is not about excusing the behavior of others. It is about prioritizing your own healing. You are declaring that you are worthy of emotional lightness and freedom from distress. This act of release allows your heart to mend. It creates space for compassion, not just for others, but most importantly, for yourself. The burden you carry is lightened. Your breath deepens. A sense of inner spaciousness begins to emerge, paving the way for a more peaceful existence. This is a vital step toward true healing. Discover how letting go unlocks profound inner peace and true freedom. Lesson 1. It's for your own peace. Holding on to anger and resentment is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. Imagine your mind as a tranquil lake. When you hold on to unforgiveness, it is like repeatedly throwing stones into that lake. The ripples never settle. Your inner landscape remains turbulent and unsettled. Forgiveness, in this context, is the act of choosing to stop throwing those stones. It allows the waters to calm, reflecting a clear and serene sky once more. This calm is not something someone else grants you. It is a state you actively cultivate within yourself. It is a conscious decision to release the emotional energy tied to past hurts. You reclaim your mental quiet. You stop allowing external events or individuals to disrupt your inner sanctuary. This pursuit of inner peace is a fundamental aspect of profound spiritual understanding. It recognizes that true freedom comes not from controlling others or rectifying every past wrong, but from mastering your own mind. When you forgive, you are not saying, "What you did was okay." You are saying, "I choose not to suffer from what you did anymore." You are choosing your own well-being above the desire for retribution or acknowledgement from another. This choice is incredibly empowering. It immediately reduces the internal turmoil. It allows you to breathe more deeply, think more clearly, and experience moments of genuine calm regardless of external circumstances. It is the first step towards true liberation. Lesson 2. Release your inner pain. When we experience hurt, especially profound emotional pain, it often lodges itself deep within us. The process of forgiveness is a profound act of releasing this trapped pain. It begins with acknowledging the hurt without judgment. To release this inner pain, imagine it as a heavy cloak you have been wearing. Lesson 3. Let go of resentment. Resentment is a particularly insidious form of anger. It's a bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly, a deep-seated grievance that festers over time. Unlike a sudden burst of anger, resentment is a slow, corrosive poison that eats away at your inner peace. It involves continuously replaying the past offense in your mind, fueling a sense of injustice and victimhood. It means deciding that you will no longer allow the past to dictate your present emotional state. This does not mean you endorse the actions that caused your pain, and your unreleased anger towards them continue to dictate your emotional responses, your thought patterns, and even your future decisions. It is as if you are dragging a heavy chain, with the other end still attached to the person who caused you pain. They may not even be aware of the extent of your suffering, yet they continue to exert an unconscious influence on your daily existence. This attachment prevents you from truly being free. It simply means you are unwilling to sacrifice your own happiness for the sake of holding a grudge or external circumstances. It is about reclaiming your own agency. By holding on to anger, you are allowing the offender to live rent-free in your mind. You are allowing their actions to continue hurting you long after the initial event. This is not freedom. It is a prolonged form of emotional captivity. Forgiveness is the act of cutting that chain. It is a declaration of independence. You are asserting that you are no longer willing to be controlled by their past actions or your reactions to them. It is an act of profound self-liberation. As you release resentment, you free up immense mental and emotional energy that was previously consumed by bitterness. Nor does it mean you must reconcile with the person. It simply means you are taking back your emotional sovereignty. You are choosing to stop giving them the power to disturb your peace. This process requires a conscious shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what they did, focus on what you need to do for your own well-being. Release the expectation that they must somehow pay for their actions or that their apology is necessary for your healing. Your healing is your responsibility. As you practice this release, you will notice a profound shift. The emotional grip they once had on you loosens. You will feel lighter, more empowered, and more in control of your own internal state. You are no longer reacting to their past. You are proactively creating your present and future. This is a powerful reclamation of your own life and emotional autonomy. This energy can then be redirected towards more positive and life-affirming pursuits. You gain clarity of mind. You start to see opportunities where before you only saw limitations. The world appears less hostile. This act of letting go opens the door to greater joy, more genuine connections, and a profound sense of inner lightness. It is a powerful step towards true inner peace and emotional well-being. This constant dwelling on what happened can dominate your thoughts, coloring your perception of the world and other people. It can make you cynical, distrustful, and unwilling to open your heart to new experiences or relationships. When you cling to resentment, you build invisible walls around yourself. These walls are meant to protect you from future hurt, but they also imprison you within your own bitterness. You become locked in a cycle where the actions of another, perhaps long ago, continue to exert control over your present emotions. This is a profound trap. The person who caused the hurt may be completely unaware of your suffering, or they may have moved on entirely. Yet, you remain bound by the chains of your own unreleased resentment. This deep wisdom recognizes that true freedom lies in breaking free from such internal bondage. Letting go of resentment means consciously choosing to stop fueling that internal fire. Lesson 4. Free yourself from their hold. When you refuse to forgive someone who has hurt you, you inadvertently grant them immense power over your life. Their past actions, the path of inner liberation, teaches that true freedom comes from within. It is not dependent on others' apologies, changes in their behavior. This does not mean you forget what happened. Lesson 5. Heal your own heart. The heart is often seen as the seat of our emotions, a place of great vulnerability and deep feeling. When we are hurt by others, especially those we trust, at its core, treat your heart with the tenderness you would offer to a child who has been hurt. Speak kindly to yourself. Acknowledge your pain without judgment. Recognize that you did not deserve to be hurt, but also understand that holding on to that hurt only extends your suffering. Your mind becomes a constant battlefield, and unable to fully experience the peace of the present moment. It's like having a broken record playing constantly in your head. It is a deliberate choice to stop engaging in the destructive thought patterns that cause so much internal distress. By choosing to let go, you are actively protecting your mental space from contamination. You are refusing to allow past wrongs to continue to poison your present thoughts. This act of mental liberation allows your mind to quiet down. You gain the capacity to choose your thoughts more wisely, steering away from patterns that lead to suffering. As the mental burden lifts, you experience greater peace, clarity, and emotional resilience. This creates space for positive emotions like joy, gratitude, and hope to flourish. Protecting your mental health through forgiveness is not a passive act. It is a proactive and courageous step towards creating a more peaceful and fulfilling internal environment. It is an investment in your own enduring happiness and well-being, always looping back to the hurtful event. This internal chaos prevents mental clarity, impacts your decision-making, and can isolate you from others. It hinders your ability to focus on positive aspects of your life or to pursue new opportunities. Negative thoughts race. Scenarios are replayed endlessly, and a pervasive sense of injustice permeates your awareness. This continuous mental rumination is exhausting. It contributes significantly to stress, anxiety, and even depression. Your mind is constantly engaged in a fight, even if the opponent is no longer present or aware of your struggle. This takes a tremendous toll on your mental and emotional well-being. As you consciously release the desire for retribution or the expectation of an apology, you allow your heart to soften. This softening is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of immense strength and courage. It opens you up to feel peace, joy, and connection once more. Healing your heart means reclaiming your capacity for love, not just for others, but for the profound essence of your own being. This act of profound self-care transforms your inner landscape, allowing you to live with an open, resilient heart. An act of tending to your own heart. It is a compassionate healing balm applied directly to your inner wounds. It is about acknowledging the pain you have experienced, honoring the hurt, and then consciously choosing to release the venom of resentment and anger. This allows the natural healing process of the heart to begin. Just as a physical wound needs cleaning and care to heal, an emotional wound requires similar attention and release. Holding on to anger keeps the wound open, preventing it from scabbing over and forming new, healthy tissue. The heart feels wounded. This wound, if left unaddressed by forgiveness, can remain raw and susceptible to pain. It can lead to a guardedness that prevents us from experiencing joy, love, and connection fully. The prolonged absence of forgiveness means living with a heart that constantly aches, weighed down by bitterness and sorrow. This is a profound suffering that only we can choose to alleviate. The process of forgiveness is. True wisdom encourages us to cultivate compassion for ourselves. This self-compassion is crucial in the healing journey. Lesson 6. Protect your mental health. The insidious impact of unforgiveness on mental health is often underestimated. When you hold on to grudges, anger, and bitterness, The ancient teachings on mindfulness emphasize the importance of cultivating a clear and calm mind. A mind burdened by unforgiveness is far from calm. It is agitated, restless. Forgiveness acts as a powerful shield for your mental health. Lesson 7. Stop carrying their burden. Imagine someone has wronged you, causing you pain. Instead of letting that pain go, you decide to carry it with you, like a heavy backpack. This backpack contains all the anger, bitterness, and resentment related to that past event. The person who caused the initial harm, however, is not carrying this burden. They have likely moved on, possibly forgotten, or are simply not affected by your ongoing suffering. Think about it. How much mental effort goes into replaying past events, imagining arguments, or fueling negative emotions? If it is constantly being siphoned off by past grievances, there is little left for constructive and life-affirming activities. This applies to both mental and emotional energy. The emotional intensity of anger can be physically exhausting. The mental loops of resentment prevent deep rest and clarity. You might find yourself easily irritated, unfocused, and lacking enthusiasm for life. This shows the profound impact of unreleased emotional baggage. This continuous internal turmoil is like a constant drain on your inner battery. When you consciously choose to release the anger and resentment, it is like unplugging a constant drain. The energy that was tied up in those negative emotions suddenly becomes available to you once more. This revitalized energy can be channeled into positive pursuits. Imagine the creative projects you could start, the deeper connections you could foster, or simply the increased vitality you could feel throughout your day. Reclaiming your energy means feeling more alive, more engaged, and more capable of navigating life's challenges. It leads to a sense of inner spaciousness and renewed enthusiasm. This profound shift allows you to move from a state of depletion to one of vibrant potential. It enables you to invest your precious life force into creating a future filled with joy, purpose, and genuine well-being, unburdened by the past. You might feel perpetually tired, unmotivated, or simply too drained to pursue things that bring you joy or fulfillment. This wasted energy could be directed towards building new relationships, developing skills, engaging in creative pursuits, or simply enjoying the beauty of the present moment. Unforgiveness effectively robs you of your own life force. The weight of their actions in your hands becomes your burden. This fundamental insight reveals that by holding on to unforgiveness, you are essentially punishing yourself for someone else's wrongdoings. The wisdom of universal compassion teaches that we are responsible for our own suffering. While someone else may have initiated the pain, our continued suffering often stems from our unwillingness to release the emotional charge tied to that event. It is a choice, albeit an unconscious one at times, to keep the past alive and potent in your present. The act of forgiveness is the deliberate decision to put that burden down. It is a profound declaration that you are no longer willing to carry the emotional baggage that does not serve your highest good. You are freeing yourself from the unnecessary weight. This doesn't mean you condone the past behavior, but it means you are no longer allowing it to define or diminish your present experience. As you release this burden, you will feel an immediate sense of lightness. Your shoulders might relax, your breathing might deepen, and your mind will feel clearer. This liberation of energy allows you to engage with life from a place of renewed vitality rather than exhaustion. It is a crucial step towards reclaiming your power and living a life unencumbered by the past. It is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The poison only harms you. This powerful analogy underscores the self-destructive nature of holding grudges. You become weighed down, not by the original act itself, but by your persistent reaction to it. This burden impacts your energy, your mood, and your relationships. It prevents you from living fully and lightly. To stop carrying their burden, you must consciously recognize that the weight you feel is self-imposed. Lesson 8. Reclaim your energy. Holding on to anger, bitterness, and resentment consumes an enormous amount of vital energy. The teachings of inner balance highlight the importance of conserving and directing your energy wisely. Energy is a finite resource. The act of forgiveness is a powerful way to reclaim this lost energy. Lesson 9. Move forward freely. One of the most significant consequences of holding on to unforgiveness is that it keeps you tethered to the past. It's like trying to walk forward while constantly looking over your shoulder, or attempting to run a race with a heavy anchor dragging behind you. True liberation means being able to move through life unencumbered by the weight of past grievances. You are no longer filtering every new experience through the lens of past pain. You can form new relationships based on trust and openness rather than suspicion or fear. It is the ultimate act of self-love. When you choose forgiveness, you are prioritizing your own peace, your own happiness, and your own well-being above all else. To truly love yourself means to protect your inner sanctuary, to heal your own wounds, and to ensure your own path is clear of unnecessary suffering. You are creating a kinder, more compassionate internal environment. You are reinforcing the belief that you are worthy of peace, joy, and emotional freedom. This act of self-love allows you to release the pain, shed the burden, reclaim your energy, and move forward freely, as discussed in previous insights. It transforms your relationship with yourself, fostering a deep sense of self-respect and self-care. It empowers you to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and a lighter heart. The profound peace that arises from this act is a direct result of choosing to honor your own well-being. It is a powerful affirmation that you are deserving of a life lived with an open heart, free from the heavy chains of past pain. This is the ultimate gift you can give yourself. Forgiveness is not about external validation or seeking an apology from the one who caused harm. It is a deeply personal, internal process that serves your highest good. It's about choosing not to allow anyone else's actions, past or present, to diminish your inherent worth or disrupt your inner calm. You are demonstrating a profound compassion for yourself, acknowledging that you deserve to be free from the burden of anger and resentment. This compassionate choice is a declaration that your inner peace matters more than holding on to a grievance. No matter how justified that grievance may feel, you can pursue your goals with greater clarity and fewer emotional obstacles. The energy that was once consumed by resentment is now available to propel you forward. It allows for genuine personal growth and the cultivation of inner resilience. Moving forward freely means reclaiming your ability to shape your own destiny, unburdened by the unresolved issues of the past. It opens up a world of possibilities that were previously blocked by internal resistance. It is an act of profound self-liberation, setting the stage for a life lived with greater joy, peace, and purpose. When you choose to forgive, you are essentially unchaining yourself from the past. You are declaring that you are ready to step fully into the present moment and create a more positive future. This doesn't mean you forget what happened, but it means the emotional sting no longer dictates your journey. You are free to explore new paths, build healthier connections, and pursue your aspirations without the constant drag of bitterness. Your focus remains on what happened, rather than on what is happening now or what could be in the future. This preoccupation with past hurts prevents you from fully embracing new experiences, new relationships, and new opportunities for growth and happiness. You remain emotionally stuck. The path of progress emphasizes constant movement and growth. This newfound freedom allows you to engage with life with a fresh perspective. Lesson 10. It's an act of self-love. Ultimately, the deepest reason to forgive is not for the sake of the person who hurt you, but for your own sake. This understanding aligns perfectly with the ancient wisdom that teaches universal kindness, extending it first and foremost to oneself. When you practice forgiveness for yourself, you are actively nurturing your own spirit.